And we are live. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. First and foremost, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Everyone just trying. I think as a dad myself, the biggest thing is
You,
just
buddy.
thanks, bro. I think the biggest thing is just being present and just trying. I think us parents are not perfect. We're still figuring it out, but as long as we're just there, I feel like that's what it means to be a parent. Just being present. Is
Make
there
sure y'all
anybody?
say Happy Father's Day to me, but I'm talking to the Knicks haters though.
But is there just before we get there, right? Is there anybody you want to shout out? Someone like important, like any like dads out there that inspire you, or
Well, I want to shout out to my dad. Uh, Obviously, he's a great father. Always been present. He's the reason why I love the Yankees. I love baseball so much. Shout out to him. Shout out to all my friends that are fathers as well, including you. I see the great work that y'all do. Y'all present. Y'all work overtime, not just at your jobs or business or whatever, but also, just being a father, being present. So shout out to y'all, man. I love y'all and I hope y'all have a great day. And, I hope that like I know that you guys are appreciated.
dope? Yeah, same here. Shout outs to all the like dads, like I said, and just like mine as well. He's in Mexico right now, but I'm probably hit him up later, tell him Happy Father's Day. And then just all the parents that I see at work, like or that I've like seen in like this field, like I feel like these parents like they try their best, and so I think it's important that we always understand it takes a village, and so like we all lean on each other. Even those that like it's specifically like those siblings, right? Or like those folks that like don't grow up with fathers that take on that father role, or even like mothers themselves that take that double role. Like shout outs to them as well today. Like,
Yes.
we appreciate what you're doing. The work matters.
Yes.
But let's get to it, bro. You say you have something to say. You say you have to address the haters, a bunch of stuff about stuff you've seen on the media. So where do you want to start?
Let me just start off by saying that this next run, no one can deny it. It was one of the greatest championships run in the NBA. I'm not saying it was the greatest, but it was one of the greatest NBA championship runs that we've seen, especially in recent years. Right now, I saw something the other day. I'm not gonna name the show because I'm not gonna give that show any. I'm not gonna give that show any clout.
Any
Just
publicity?
because it got me upset by what I heard. Right. So I heard someone say, right, that the Knicks wasn't the best team this year. Okay. So we wasn't the best team this year, right? Analytically speaking, we weren't the best team. You're right. Only in that area, analytically, we weren't the best team. I'll tell you why. One, of course, we was a third seed team. We was third in the East. Every basically almost all the teams that we faced in the playoffs at some point they had leads or they they had, like I said, they had a big lead or the majority of the series they were leading, right, during the games. But to me, I don't know where this changed in recent years that the best team is the team that's the number one seed or the number two seed. To me, growing up, the best team in any sport was the one that won the championship. To me, that's the best team. Because if you have, yes, you could be number one seed, you could be number two seed, you could have, I don't know, as a team, you could score the most points or whatever. But if you don't win the championship, if you don't win it, that doesn't mean anything. That means you didn't have a successful year. Now, let me go back to the Knicks championship run and compare them to other championship runs in recent years. The Knicks, every team that they faced in the NBA playoffs, they didn't face a team with significant injuries. When they play the Hawks, who was injured on the Hawks? Nobody. Nobody significant. When they faced Philly, who was injured? Nobody.
And
Nobody
kind of injured. Embiid was kind of injured.
He
Like
played, I think he missed like one
yeah,
game.
yeah,
He
yeah.
missed
Like
like one game, but OG missed 2 games.
true, 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 true.
OG missed 2 games. He missed the last 2 games, so they could have taken advantage and they didn't.
Right, right,
OG was hurt for 2 games. We still won that series. We faced the Cavs. Nobody on the Cavs was injured. They had
right.
Donovan Mitchell. They had the choke artist James Harden. They had their team. Then we go to San Antonio in the finals. Who was injured in San Antonio?
The fans.
That's it. Their feelings were hurt, but I don't care.
The
They could
Spurs
stay.
fans got
They,
injured.
they could stay. They could stay hurt. They could stay butt hurt for the rest of my life. I don't care.
Yeah.
There was there was no significant injuries, right? When it comes to the players, and yet all some of these teams were better than us analytically. They scored more points than us during the season. They had better defense than us during the season. And then somebody goes on TV on the day of the parade that we're celebrating our championship, and they're saying the Knicks weren't the best team. Come on, y'all. When did we stop saying that the best team is not the one that wins the championship? When did we stop saying that? Because me growing up, so we're gonna say in 2011 when the Mavs won, they weren't the best team.
Nah, they weren't the best team.
They
Nah.
weren't. They weren't. But
Yeah.
they clearly were if they won in 2011 and they beat all the best teams.
Right, right. That 2011 Dallas run is pretty crazy. Yeah, I can't. They they weren't the best. You know what? I
Analytically
yeah,
speaking,
yeah,
they
yeah.
were not the best team. That's
In
what I'm.
specific,
This is what I'm trying to be fair,
yeah,
right? I'm
yeah,
trying to be fair. Yes, analytically, the Knicks weren't the best team, and 2011, the Mavs weren't the best team, but they beat the best teams. So look at this logic. If you beat the best teams, aren't you the best? Think about it.
yeah, yeah. I would say I'd say that yeah for this championship run like they did handle their business and took care of what they were supposed to do. I, like if it was a different year, I think, or if there were injuries like you said, then I think people could make a case. Like I'm not gonna make this case, but I'm sure folks would be like, hey, they didn't play OKC, so they can't be the best team. What would you say to that?
Bro, we played a team that was in a better seeding position than us. The Spurs were number 2.
Right.
We were number 3. So and like I said, and analytically speaking, yes, they were better than us. They were better than us.
Mm-hmm.
And then OKC still took the Spurs to game 7. So it's not like OKC was bad. Now, if you look at the recent championship teams, like for example, OKC last year, they went to game 7 with the Pacers. They went to game 7. This is
Yeah.
my opinion. I'm not saying this is a fact. This is my opinion. If Tyrese Halliburton didn't get hurt in game 7, I think the story would have been different.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, I think everyone feels that same way. Yeah, I believe the Pacers would have beat OKC for sure.
He was cooking that game, and then unfortunately he went down.
Yeah, he was cooking, but then even his backup, I remember TJ McConnell was cooking them, and this man's like a backup shooting like a point guard. So no, yeah, yeah, I would have to. Yeah, I agree with you. Like I think like had they fought teams that were injured, you could allow that conversation of like, yo, they're that chip is not worth anything. Like they got it easy. But I feel like out of the past champions that like recently made it, like they
The
really
Celtics too. You could throw the Celtics in there. I can tell you teams that they faced that there was injuries.
yeah I feel like this Knicks team like they really it wasn't so much like they handed it to them, like they took it, like they took this championship, like it wasn't a matter of
And this
oh,
is what this was gets me mad and with some people because some people are agreeing with this, right? And it's like I don't know, like I didn't see the same energy with these other teams that face teams with injuries. But it's
right.
like okay, it's a New York team, so we're just gonna like take their shine away, bro. It's been 53 years. We can't have our shine. We can't
Right.
have our shine. Like the Celtics, like I said, the Celtics face teams in the playoffs that there was injuries.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and 2015, for example, that would have been a different story. I think that series could have won the game 7 because Kyrie went down. I think it was game 1. He went down. in the finals
In the which finals? The one
in
where the Celtics won?
2015. In 2015,
2015.
yeah, Cavs and Warriors.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. When
Cavs and Warriors. The
what's up?
first time they faced each other.
And the Cavs
And
didn't have
Kevin Love
Love at
and
all.
Kevin Love, no, they didn't have
Yeah,
Kevin Love either. So it's like you see what I'm saying? Like there are championship teams that they won and they didn't have to fight so hard to win. If you
yeah.
really think about it, the Knicks really had to fight very hard, especially in these finals. There was games where it could have been different. It could have been the Spurs would have been up 2-1. The series should have been 2-2. This series, it could have went to a game seven. But
Right.
the thing was that the Knicks knew how to just take it from them.
They were, I think what they were also good at was just exposing teams. Like I think there were a lot of expectations for certain teams when they would play the Knicks. Like especially like I remember when CJ in the first round went crazy on you guys and everybody just started thinking like the season's over. Like, they're gonna get eliminated and it's the same old Knicks. But I think they showed this postseason like we're not the same old Knicks. Like we can close games, we can come back from deficits and all these teams that people were saying like, oh, they're good, the Knicks exposed them because like everyone even said going into the finals like this would already go into a game seven or Spurs will win, and no one would have ever imagined a gentleman sweep. Like, I'm sure if you parlay that, you made a bet, you got money right now. Like, I wish I saw that coming. I remember too when we had the first podcast, I was like, yo, imagine we get a sweep or something like that. Look back episode one. Look back at episode one. I said something about that. But yeah, man. What do you? There's another thing I've been hearing is just like I've heard that like Jalen Brunson's ring is like means more to New York. It means more in terms of like how people rank championship runs. Like his run would be better than Kevin Durant's like first ring. And so what do you have to say about that?
I agree because if first of all, shout out Kevin Durant, great basketball player. Even though we wanted him to come to the Knicks, he chose the Brooklyn Nets, and look how that worked out for him. But whatever, it was a blessing in disguise, anyways. Um, I agree with that statement because when Kevin Durant went to Golden State, first of all, I remember I was shocked. I was not expecting that. And obviously, he went to go get rings.
Mm-hmm.
The Warriors were already a championship team. They didn't need Kevin Durant. They got Kevin Durant to go beat LeBron just to beat him. And nobody when that Kevin Durant era in Golden State, nobody could beat them. Nobody could beat the Warriors. They were like unbeatable. It don't matter. You could have put uh, the '90s Olympics basketball USA team, and I don't know. It would have been tough. It would have been tough to beat the Warriors, but it was that level of greatness that was there. But it was like, bro, like you join a team that beat you, right? Instead of going to somewhere else to beat them, and but you going ring chasing. You got easy rings.
Right.
You already have a Hall of Famer in Steph Curry. You got a Hall of Famer in Klay Thompson. You got another good basketball player in Draymond, and and so on and so forth. There was already a championship team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're joining a team that's already has won and it was going to continue to win instead of going somewhere else and actually earning your ring. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he didn't earn his ring. I'm not saying he didn't ball out, but he took the easy route. You know what I'm saying? That's like that. That's like uh, you know, Blake Snell and Kyle Tucker going to the Dodgers and Edwin Diaz going to the Dodgers to try to get an easy ring. Isn't that term. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's of course Jalen Brunson one ring is holds more weight than Kevin Durant's two rings. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because Kevin Durant's two rings is always gonna be remembered as that something that was easy to get. It was easy to get. Brunson had to. It was years, 4 years. It took him 4 years as a Knick to get that. 4 years of disappointment. 4 years of, through the ups and downs and personal injuries and injuries around the team and you know just the frustration. But this year, all of that changed.
Nah, yeah, man. Those Warriors teams were like those teams where you like play a game with somebody and then you're like, I don't want to play no more.
Yeah.
Like, like you know what? I don't like this game anymore. Like that
Yeah.
Warriors team,
Because you
like
know you wasn't gonna win.
you was what I appreciate so much about Jalen Brunson was that I feel like it has like I know it's gonna sound crazy, but it has to be like a top five run. Like in when you think about like all the championships, like he has to be like it's up there with like what LeBron did for the Cavs because not like you gotta look at it like this man took less money for them to like he that was the old, like teams now. I wouldn't be surprised, bro, if now teams are asking their own players like, "Yo, Jalen Brunson did it. Why don't you take less?" You know, like he kind like even though I don't necessarily agree with taking less money because I think the players do deserve every single penny that they're worth, but for Brunson, it was like I'm willing to sacrifice this for a chip, and that gamble paid off. You know, like I think you remember the team that he had when he first arrived. Actually, it wasn't even this team. Like this team was assembled. Like this team was not like it wasn't R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle and
Hmm.
all those guys that weren't doing what they were supposed to. You know, so I think a lot has to be said for what Brunson did. Putting a team like number one is getting a team to come together. Two, sacrificing for that team and for the franchise, and then three, just embracing like what it means to have the pressure of being a New York Knicks. All jerseys to me like are represented differently as well. You know, like this, like a jersey you're wearing for like the Charlotte Hornets is not gonna be the same as a New York Knicks jersey. You know, so that's not easy. Not everyone can play in New York. Like that's like a phrase we all New Yorkers say. Like not everyone's built for the city, and luckily Brunson had his dad on the bench, and so I think like I agree. I think like Brunson's chip is worth a lot more than not just KD, but other ring winners as well, because it's like bringing a championship to a city that's never seen a championship in like how many years was it?
53.
53 years. Like madness, bro. Absolute madness. I am interested. I'm curious, like looking ahead, right? Like I think I saw the owner of the Knicks say that they don't want to go into the second apron, and they don't want to over like they don't want to pay like taxes and stuff. So it looks like they may not be able to keep Mitchell Robinson or Landry Shamet. Is there someone you prefer keeping, or any thoughts on like how they can keep this up to make a second run?
I think they should keep Mitchell Robinson. I like Mitchell Robinson. The only frustrating thing about him over the years has been, the injuries. He kind of reminds me of Stanton. That you're gonna is expected that he's probably gonna get hurt during the season, but in the playoffs is when you mostly gonna need him, and you know that he's gonna go all out. And we saw that this year. I think he was injured some part of this season, but in this playoff he was very crucial. You're not gonna do you can never expect Mitchell Robinson to drop 30 points, but you could expect him to get you 10, 15 boards a game.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Shaman, I like him a lot. I really do like him a lot. But if it was between them two, I'd choose Mitchell because we need somebody to back up Cat. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. And the thing is too, like I don't know if you noticed in the NBA, it's very easy to come across a lot of 3-point shooters because you could find them. You know what I mean? You could always find that. Finding a big guy that could get you rebounds, and so it's you don't come across that as much as before. So I feel like we should keep Mitchell Robinson. Now I don't know how uh, that contract would look like because I also been hearing that Cat is up for an extension, Josh Hart's up for an extension, and
Brunson too.
uh,
He's coming up like in 2 years, I think, or so. Like,
I think so.
yeah.
But right now is Cat and Josh Hart. Cat, I think yesterday said that he's willing to take a pay cut so they could keep the main core. So Cat is following Brunson's footsteps. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I mean, obviously, if these teams are paying taxes for overpaying or whatever, that's less possibility to get guys that you need later on. You know what I mean? Because during the season, you like to see what's going on, and if something's not working out, you wait till the trade deadline to add pieces to better the team.
Okay. Do you think the way they're presently constructed, right? Like, do you feel confident that they run it back with the same group? They can make things happen, or you think maybe like as now that they won, right? Other teams are like, yo, we have to get better now. Like we have to like
That's what's gonna happen. A lot of teams are gonna be like, "Yo, the Knicks is one with this squad," and if you think about it, the Knicks don't really have like a Kevin Durant type superstar on the team. They don't have a Stephen Curry type superstar on their team, but
they have to get like
but we have Jalen Brunson.
exactly.
He's our superstar.
Exactly.
He's our superstar. But these teams are looking. They're always gonna be looking, and they're gonna be like, okay, especially in the East, they're looking. They're gonna be like, okay, this team was a third seed team. They was able to win the finals. We got to get better in this area. We got to get better there. So the Knicks got to get better too. You know what I mean? Because there's always, even though you win a championship, there's always flaws in certain areas. So the I'm confident that the Knicks. I don't think every single person that was on the Knicks this year is coming back, but I'm confident that they'll keep the same core like Bridges and Hart and Cat and Brunson. They keep them for at least another 5-6 years.
Okay, so today is not so right now, right, is 9:30 a.m. Sunday, June 21st. So if you had to say I'm taking the Knicks or I'm taking the field, what is Manny Ortiz saying today? Are the Knicks running it back next year?
Definitely, they're gonna run it back.
Okay,
Definitely gonna run it back.
that's how confident you are right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be. Is that the East is not that strong, and even though Tyrese is coming back and Jason Tatum is, he's gonna be fully back. The thing about the Celtics, right,
They
is that
they might get Giannis, by the way. I don't know if you've heard.
I heard about that.
How we feeling? How you feeling about that?
I'm not scared. I'm not worried.
Oh, okay. You
I'm
not
gonna,
you not scared Giannis and Jason Tatum?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
There was rumors. Remember with the Knicks that they were gonna get Giannis. Giannis is a great basketball player. I like Giannis. He's a funny guy too. Love his personality. But I don't think he would have worked out here with the Knicks because the Knicks were already this core they're already building. It was already a family. So if you would have took Cat out and you would put Giannis and then you would have took Josh Hart or whatever off the team and traded him, it wouldn't have been the same. These guys, if you notice how they play, they're so in sync the entire time. So you know you add Giannis, I don't think that would have worked out. Now, when it comes to the Celtics, adding Giannis to the Celtics is a whole brand new team. And if you're trading for for Giannis, there's also guys on your team that you gotta trade away too because the the Bucks is not just gonna want Jalen Brown. That's how I heard that's on the trade block. They probably gonna want some guys from the bench.
Right.
Now the Celtics, not only do they have Giannis, they gotta get the supporting cast. They gotta try to upgrade the supporting cast. And honestly, I feel like that's always more difficult than getting star players. Because you're not gonna have your star players playing 48 minutes a game. They're gonna get tired, they need a break. Sometimes they might get into foul trouble. So you gotta get a good bench. So those are things that they gotta worry about. I'm not worried about that. So, and then the most important thing is the chemistry. You know what I mean? Is Giannis and Jason Tatum gonna get along? Are they gonna sync? Because we thought that Dame and Giannis was gonna work out. We thought that they was gonna have a run, and it didn't work
Right.
out. And it didn't work out. So I'm not saying it's not gonna work out for him in Boston if he gets traded to Boston, but those are things that you have to think about.
Right. Right. I would love for him to go to Boston though, because that would bring back that Boston New York rivalry for sure. I think like things are starting will start to get chippy. Like once that
I
football.
mean, I wouldn't be scared, whatever. I wouldn't really care. I just feel like I don't know what's going on that all of a sudden they want to trade Jalen Brown, but that duo of Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, I thought I was gonna see them for at least another 10 years together, but I
Yeah,
guess that's about to be broken up.
yeah, the problem with Jalen Brown is I don't know if you saw like he was on he does this thing, he does streaming like we do. So he was
Yeah.
streaming saying how, this was his best year and some like really like shady stuff. But I didn't see anything wrong with it. He was just expressing himself, but some Boston fans took it like he was saying that because Jason Tatum wasn't there or like he was able to shine and he wants to lead a team and you know how it is when like, there's two out.
He led them. He led the team 2 years ago.
Right, right. For some reason, he don't feel that way though. Like I don't understand.
That's a dangerous game to play, man.
To want to leave Boston for Milwaukee is crazy work. Like you would
Well,
never see
I
me
would not want to go to Milwaukee.
there.
One,
Yeah.
it's cold in the winter over there.
Oh my god.
Cold. And two, I don't know what's in Milwaukee besides the Bucks and the Brewers.
For sure, for sure. What do you? So if you're Giannis, where do you go? Like, where would you go if you were Giannis? Is there a team you think he would fit perfectly? If you don't see him in Boston, like you don't think that's a good fit?
Probably, I would say probably maybe Miami. Um, Miami is definitely in need of a superstar. Um, probably, probably the Lakers because LeBron's he's about to retire. We don't know
Right,
when that's gonna happen, and then they got Luca, so that would be a great combination. Um, maybe Dallas, you
right,
know,
right.
maybe Dallas because they're kind of restarting, and then you got Cooper Flag. So there's a couple of teams, but for what it looks like though, Boston looks like is that's where it's gonna be at, fam. That's what it's looking like. So that's what
Yeah,
might happen.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I think it is gonna be Boston. I can't see him in like with the thing with the Lakers. Like when you're a Laker, like there's a certain personality that goes with it. Like you gotta have a certain aura. And it's not that I'm saying Giannis doesn't have that aura. I think he is great in like commercials and he's hilarious and he's funny, like you said, like but when it comes down to like work ethic, I think he's fit for like that Boston, like, grind and like not to say the Laker fans don't grind. I'm a LeBron fan. We're still in LA right now for now. Lake Show for now. But I just think like that like Boston mentality fits more for Giannis. So I'd say he should go there. I did want to ask you something because I just remembered if to rewind back to the Knicks. How do you feel about Knicks fans? Even Jalen Brunson's dad, right? Not some of them saying he's not the greatest Knick of all time. What is your take on that? I don't know if you saw Jalen Brunson's dad. Like he literally randomly instead of like hyping up his son. I can't believe you're talking about this on Father's Day. You gotta make his dad. I don't care if I'm saying he's better than Michael Jordan. I'm gonna be like LeVar Ball. I don't know if you remember LeVar Ball.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah,
I was
that
about
man
to say.
go hard for his kids, and he still do. In that moment, I feel like his dad should have, he should have been like, "Yo, my son's the greatest Knicks." But how do you feel about that?
I feel like he dropped the ball there, man.
Oh my God, he did
He
right.
dropped the ball. I would have said, I would have been like LeVar Ball. I would have been like, yo, my son is better than Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
Even though
Yeah.
we know that's not true, that's not true. But bro, like to me, okay, I get it. He made some great points. He said that Patrick Ewing, I love Patrick Ewing, even though I never got to really see him play. He was my favorite Nick before Brunson came along. Um, Patrick Ewing he owns all the big Knicks franchise stats, points, rebounds. You know, I think games as well. So I get that, but Patrick Ewing he didn't bring a chip. At the end of the day, in New York, you're going to be remembered for how many championships you brought here. You know what I mean? So it's like, to me, Brunson, he might not have the number one, stats as the all time leader in points, games, rebounds, all that assists, and within the Knicks franchise. But the fact that you really took a pay cut, you sacrificed a lot to, and you took a risk coming to New York too to come and bring a championship here. To me, that makes you a great Knick, and he's not even done yet. He's not even done.
Exactly.
He's not
Exactly.
even done. He's probably gonna finish his career here. So by the time he's done here, he's probably gonna have the most points in the franchise, the most rebounds, the most assists. So it's like, I don't know, man. I would have said I would have went LeVar Ball in that.
Yeah, bro, I would have been like, yo, the statue is in construction as we speak. They're making that statue for my son right now. Like
Yes,
like no other like Nick besides like Willis Reed and like that first Nick team that won championships has rings. Like all the great Knicks that we think about, right? Like none of them had a ring. Like Carmelo right now, like as good as he was, bro, like I'm sorry, does not have a ring. Like, it's crazy too because I feel so bad for Melo because like I feel sometimes he gets lost in history. Like I know we're all some of us like hoopers, like we know Melo, we know like what he contributed to the game, but like statistically or like from a historical perspective, I feel like sometimes he gets erased from history because now you have like when you think about the Knicks now, you don't really think about Melo like that. You do, but I feel like you think more about Brunson. What do you think about that?
when I think about Melo and the Knicks, I think about the years of suffering.
Oh damn, Tony Douglas, Raymond Felton,
Paulo
Prigioni,
Johnny, Lance Thomas,
uh,
Kevin Knox,
Landry Fields.
Andrew Fields. Yes.
Oh my god, bro! And
Those
I'm not
guys.
even a Knicks fan, but I remember when I used to like watch LeBron in Cleveland, and he was getting ready to play the Knicks. I was like, "Yo, what's on the menu tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, he's Enos Cantor." I like, yeah, I remember all those guys,
I
bro. But
remember. We had
uh,
Joakim Noah too. We had Joakim Noah at one point too.
oh yeah, you did. I totally forgot about, bro. You guys had a lot of guys that were like known for specific jerseys, and then randomly were on a Knicks like
We
on
had
the.
we had Derrick Rose twice, two
Yeah, I had
different.
Rasheem Wallace. Like I
Uh-huh.
always remember this man in a Pistons jersey,
Yeah,
but he was on like Chauncey. Was Chauncey Billups on the Knicks?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know we had Jamal Crawford too at one point.
Oh, you had Danilo Gallinari, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
Nate Robinson.
Nate Robbins. Oh, Andrea Bargiani or something like
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Oh
Yeah.
my, yeah, bro, I totally forgot about those guys.
We had a whole bunch of randoms on the team. We had a whole bunch of randoms on the team.
Damn, y'all suffered, bro. Yeah.
RJ Smith, Iman Shumpert,
Yo.
yeah, Steve Novak.
Oh, Steve. Yo, he was a shooter though. He was a
He was
shooter.
in the parade too. He was in the parade.
Oh, he was. Oh, yo, did you see the police stopping the one of the Nick players, bro?
Yeah,
How you not?
Tyler. He
How you
says
should be
Tyler.
fired? If you work for the police, you should be fired. Like for you
I
not
don't
to
think I don't think he watched I don't think he watched basketball.
for real.
I don't think he watched basketball. I don't think he cared. Yo, let me tell you something. Those cops, man, I in a way I feel bad for them because I know they were already like, yo, I can't wait for all of this is over already because I was at the parade. It was a lot. It was crazy. If the Knicks win next year or within the next 5 years, don't expect me to be at the parade. I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna be there. Now, if the Yankees win, I'm gonna be there because I've never been to a Yankee parade.
But
But
yeah, the parade, I would love to know like what it was like. But also like I saw a lot of stuff on social media that had me laughing so hard because they discussed Knicks fans were discussing amongst themselves like who deserves to be in the front of the line like for the parade like. So what do you think about that? Like for because we have a lot of bandwagon Knicks fans that just started right that feel
and
like they're
like,
entitled.
I feel like that a lot of fans that were there. It was fans that just became fans 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, like there was an estimated 2 million people there, and I'm like, I was like, yo, bro, like a lot of people. I think a lot of people were there just to be there, like just to say they
Right.
were there. You know what I'm saying? And then there was Knicks fans that, bro, like, bro, it was a lot going on. Like it was, I can't even blame the cops. I can't blame the mayor. I can't blame none because it's like, it's like you can't stop people from trying to come to an event, especially a public event. So it's like it was a lot going on. People were, to be honest, like people were not uh behaving the way they should have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what you saw during the playoffs in the streets is almost what was going on in in the parade, except that it wasn't as crazy because there was a lot of cops there, and you know, but people were very pushy, and people fighting and people not respecting another. I mean, there's not a lot of personal space, but it's like everybody want to capture the moment of the players passing by. It's like, okay, I get it, you're excited and this and that, but it was crazy. People jumping over the barricades, running people over. It was crazy. It was like, yo, like you thought that you would think that they giving out free money or free PS5s or something. You remember how Black Friday was back in the days?
Oh my God, bro, it used to be so crazy.
That's how it kind of was.
But I loved it. I lived for it, bro.
Yeah,
I even woke up, bro. I waited till 12 a.m. to go make
that's
my.
how it was. That's how it was. You know how they wouldn't open a door until a certain time. That's how it was. I
Yeah.
almost didn't make it either. I almost didn't make it. They was about to deny access to me, and I got
Damn.
there. I woke up at 5 in the morning. I
Yeah.
I got down there. I left at 6. I got down there like at 6:45, and I was able to go in. I was able to get a spot. I was able to get a good view, but obviously I wasn't as close as I wanted to be. But but it was crazy though. It was crazy. Like I said, I'm this is the last Knicks parade I go to. Okay, it was just like the thing with me personally is that one, I don't really like being where there's a lot of people because sometimes people don't respect personal space. And then two, it's just I was just very disappointed with people's behavior. Like I'm just like, bro, like I get it. We want to see our team. We want to celebrate them. We want to celebrate with them. But it's like, nah, it was too much. It was too much. Now if the Yankees win, I'm going to that parade, but that'll be the last parade I go to. I'm not going to no more parades unless they invite me on the floaty. They invite me on the floaty, then I'll be there. I'll be
Nah. Yeah.
I'll be on the floaty.
Yeah. I saw some crazy stuff too. I saw some lady like. I felt like it was valid though. I don't know why I wouldn't get mad at it. I saw some lady just throw out the trash and then take the trash can that was like in because they customized the trash can to
Yeah.
Nick colors, and I was like, that is kind of like a moment in history. Like you don't know when they'll paint these trash cans. That you could have also just painted your own trash can. That was an option too. I'm not sure if getting arrested for a trash can is worth it, but I couldn't hate on it. Um, you know what? Surprisingly, I didn't feel so like. In a way, I felt like New York has been so gentrified lately, bro, that it was nice for once to see like, yo, New York is back. Like we back.
No,
You know?
listen. I love
Yeah.
it. That we're all together. We're
Right.
celebrating, and I love that.
Which
One of the things that I love about this run is that, bro, everybody was together.
yeah.
Everybody, we was united, bro. Let me tell you a funny story. What happened in the parade? There was this white kid. He. I guess he was trying to get a spot, and somebody was holding on to him.
Hmm.
Somebody was holding on to him, and he didn't like that. And then there was some OGs there, and they was defending him. I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
OG defending a white boy. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. And the OGs were they were arguing with a guy that looks just like them, and they were defending the white boy. They're like, yo, bro, like you can't do that. Like you know what I'm saying. I was like, wow. I'm like, this is what the Knicks do. Okay. And the kid, he was frustrated. He was upset. You know what I mean? But it was like it's stuff like that I like to see, that I love, that I've seen and during this Knicks run. But you know, I just hope that when they run it back, when the Knicks run it back, and they you know get another championship, it's people are more cool headed. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we don't want nobody getting hurt. We want everybody to have fun.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I was really like, okay, like I'll give them a pass. Like I'll say, you haven't won a championship in 50 something years. Go for it. Go. To a certain extent, like you said, like don't go too crazy, but no, that's cool. I'm glad you went to the parade though. Like as I said, I saw a lot of folks like camping there for like 2 a.m. or
Yeah,
something.
I wasn't doing that. There was somebody I saw on the news yesterday. They were like, oh, they got there at 12 noon on Wednesday. They started camping. I was like,
Damn,
wow, that's crazy. To get a really good spot, I was like, I wasn't doing all that. I
for
wasn't.
sure. Sure. No, that's crazy, bro. What do you think about the Spurs though? Like, since we haven't really touched on them, like, were you disappointed? Like, do you think like, do you think Victor Wembanyama choked, or what are your thoughts on the losing team?
Let me, before I say my my opinion on that, if they could go to what's it called, Liberty Island. If they could go to Liberty Island and go get that Statue of Liberty, I don't want it from France. Every time I look at that statue, it's gonna remind me of Wemby. I don't want that statue there. Just put one of Brunson or the starting five. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't want that statue there. Um, but when it comes to the Spurs, they're young.
Wait.
There was gonna be a level of immaturity.
Let me add something else to this question, because I just remembered. How do you feel about them not shaking hands at the end? Like,
That's what I was
they,
gonna get to.
we talk about that actually. I would love to hear your take
Yeah,
on that.
I was gonna get to that. They're young, so there's a level of immaturity.
For sure.
I think the youngest, well, I think Fox is like 28, 27, 28. But everybody else, I think the youngest was like 23, I believe. They're a young team. There's a lot of immaturity there. They're young. They're not gonna, they were in their feelings. But I feel like I forgot who told me. I think Jose Alvarado said in an interview. He said, "If I lose, I want to see my killer in his face. I want to see him in his eyes." And I feel like, yeah, you lose, but at the end of the day, it's a game, and you gotta show respect. You know what I mean? You gotta go and shake hands and say, "Yo, good game. It is what it is." Congratulations, and that's it. Go about your business. I gotta shout out though Luke Cornett, because he was the only one that I saw that stood behind in the entire Spurs team. He was the only one that stood behind, and he went around shaking all of the Knicks players' hands. He was the only one. After that, everybody else left, and then obviously the Mitch Johnson, that's the Spurs coach.
Yeah.
Mitch Johnson, him too. Shout out to him too. Classy guy. Shook Brunson's hands, shook a couple of the guys' hands, shook the coach's hands on the Knicks. But that's stuff that him starting with him, Mitch Johnson, he needs to address to the team. Like, yo, if you're gonna play, show respect. If we lose, because if it was the other way around, they would have felt some type of way. I know that for sure. They would have been like, yo, that's crazy that they didn't congratulate us, they didn't salute us, they didn't shake it. It's a NBA custom. It's an
Right.
NBA custom that when you don't see that in baseball. You don't see that in baseball. You've never seen that in baseball. But in basketball, that's always been a custom that after the finals or playoff series that you shake the other team's hand and congratulate them and everybody goes about their business. So that's something that I hope that you know if they want to win, that there has to be more maturity moving forward.
Absolutely. No, I don't know. I don't know where I stand with this, to be honest, because I for one, right, as a competitor, and you should know too because you play baseball every Sunday, right? You have baseball games.
Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays.
Is in the moment, like it's really hard to go up to somebody who just like whoop me. Someone who just put the work on me. That sounds crazy. Someone's gonna clip that. someone, someone who, someone who just like I got defeated by, and now I gotta go and shake their hand. I know it's the ultimate sign of respect. I also think there's something that should be said for like how we handle that like pressure at the end of the game. Like I feel like there should be maybe a chance to kind of just reset, or maybe we can do the handshake or the maybe publicly, like when we're doing our interviews at that, like we can say, hey, congratulations to the Knicks, they deserve it. But I don't know, is because you know what I'm saying, because like I remember there was a time where the Pistons did the same thing to Jordan back in the day, and like it was like the biggest controversy in the world.
But you know why MJ took it personally. Took it personally because remember the Pistons were beating the Bulls first,
Yeah.
so the Bulls would they'll shake hands. So then when it was the other way around, the Pistons got in their feelings and didn't want to shake the Bulls' hands. So it's like, yo, okay. So I'm pretty sure Michael and the Bulls were like, oh, but when y'all was beating us, y'all was okay with us shaking your hands. But now that we beat y'all, y'all don't want to shake our hands. Y'all just want to walk off the court. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it to me is a sign of disrespect.
Oh,
Like you said, I play on Sundays. I played a championship last year with my team and we got beat, unfortunately. But after that, we had to we shake hands, and we do that every game, whether we win or lose. We shake hands with the opposing team. That's a sign of respect. Now in baseball and in professional baseball, that's not a custom. That's not a custom thing. It never has been. Usually, players they go behind. They go by the clubhouse and the locker room, and they'll visit. They'll say, "Oh, congratulations!" And that's usually the custom in baseball. In basketball, the custom is shake hands on the court and everybody go about their business. And I am gonna I do want to shout out DeAndre Fox because he actually did do that. He didn't shake hands.
well,
Um,
he's out the team. He's gone.
oh yeah, he's gonna be gone.
He's
But
gonna
shout out to him though because he
yeah.
did he didn't do it in the court, but he did do it by the
Mhm.
locker room. So shout out to him. You know what I mean? But Luke Cornett, he showed the team what needed to be done.
They probably sent Luke Cornett. They were like, "Yo, just go do
No, 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 no. I
that."
saw the clip. I saw the clip. He willingly he was going boom one by one, one by one, one
but
by one,
but
shaking
they
him
know,
up.
you know what it is. He's like, "Yo, they're not gonna be able to afford Mitchell Robinson, so let me shake their hand, so they maybe I could join the team." That was him saying, "Yo, let me join the team."
But he's a winner too. He won a chip with the Celtics, so he knows.
Absolutely, yeah,
He
yeah, absolutely.
knows. He knows. He knows that there has to be respect. So he knows. He knows he's a winner. So but every Wemby, listen, Wemby want to be successful in this league, there has to be a level of maturity. Like even in the press conference, he ended it with saying, I'll see you guys
Never.
never." I'm like, bro, what? Like,
But that speaks to that. That speaks to what you said earlier. Like, we kind of have to understand that I'm not defending it, but there's a certain level of maturity that comes with like going through this type of like pain. Like, I'm happy for Wemby. I know it sounds crazy, but every great player has to go through this. Like LeBron went through this in 2011. Michael Jordan used to go through it with the Pistons, like we just discussed. Um, there's so many stories where like oh, Curry had to go through it with LeBron and then got Durant, like as we just talked. So there's just a lot of guys where like they have to experience that heartbreak. Jalen Brunson went through it too with the Tyrese Halliburton shot and the series before that. I just feel like it doesn't come easy. Like you have to like. I feel like if you want it now, he might have think it was gonna be easy, and now he's like, yeah, it's not easy as it seems. I gotta go through it again, and
they thought you know what it is too. The Spurs thought when they won the West, they thought that it was gonna be easy for them to beat us, and it wasn't. That's
absolutely,
what they thought. The way they were celebrating, they thought, yeah, it's everybody, all the sports outlets saying, "Oh yeah, the Spurs are gonna win. They're gonna win in six. They're the favorites to win." And it looked like it for the majority of the series, but at the end of the day, it's never about how you start; it's about how you finish. So
yeah.
I think that also, I think they had that in the back of their minds that okay, we're the favorites. You know what I mean? So I guess ego was part of showed out for them. But
Yeah.
it's if like I said, if Wemby wants to be successful in the NBA, that ego it has to stop. Once the clock runs out, show respect, man. Show respect.
Okay.
Now,
One
now
question.
listen. Right now in New York is still Trey Young number one, public enemy number one. But right now, Wemby's still a close second.
Yeah, I liked it too because it's the start of a rivalry. Like this. Sometimes we need to bring back like that those rivalries, like those matchups. I guess my last question to you would be before we get to the big announcement, right? Before we announce the
Yeah,
name of this podcast, um, I was hearing somebody say how now winning a championship feels like a participation trophy that everyone gets one.
I heard that too.
How do you feel about that? And his take was because we don't see multiple winners, like we don't see somebody maybe a dynasty or people just go back to back and it's just been a champ every single year. It ruins the like NBA. Like, what's your take on that?
Okay, but when LeBron was going to the finals 8 years in a row, they was complaining too.
Exactly.
When the Warriors were winning three championships in a row, everybody was complaining.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's always going to be complaining. Like that's my opinion.
I
It's good that there's different teams winning.
I agree and disagree. You know why? Because yes, like that Warriors team was like we hated basketball. But I think the fact that we hated basketball was a good thing because you needed somebody to root against. Like right now I feel like we don't have that team that's like, oh damn, we gotta go through them because they're like destroying everyone. Like a lot of us, like when the Warriors were constructed, that 2017 team, there were other teams like building teams to beat them, and it was fun seeing that, like the Rockets trying to take them down, the Trailblazers. Like I felt like that was fun, and so I feel like I'm not saying there needs to be super teams again, but I think there should be like a team. Like in baseball, like I remember those times where the Yankees were just dominating. And that's why baseball is such a good time too, because you're like, who's gonna take down the Yankees, right? And so I feel like we need a team like that right now, like that, because I like seeing a new champ every year, but at the same time, like what the Dodgers are doing right now, going for a three-peat, like I can't hate on that. Like that's exciting. I've never seen that. Like, has it ever been done?
The last team to do that was the Yankees
Oh, there you go. There you go. So, and
from
when was that?
'98 to 2000.
Right. So you see, like it's not easy to do that. And even with the Lakers, I think that they were the last team to three-peat, if I'm not mistaken, or was it the Bulls?
I think it was the Lakers. Yeah, the Lakers.
Right. Yeah, yeah, they three-peat.
2000 from 2000 to 2002.
Yeah, around the same timeline as the Yankees. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And the Warriors would have three-peated if it wasn't for KD getting injured. I think they would have beat Toronto.
Yeah, they definitely would have beat Toronto.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that. I don't Do you think there should be like a dominant team or
It's just the thing is that sports changes all the time.
okay.
It's always gonna be a drastic changes, and people need to understand that like one thing that I don't like about sports and sometimes the fans and the sports analysts is that they're never satisfied with what's going on with the sport. Like I said, when LeBron was going 8 years in a row in the finals, people were upset about that. When the Warriors were going to the finals, and when the Warriors and Cleveland were in the finals 4 years in a row, you remember that?
Yeah,
four
crazy.
years in a row, right? Everybody was complaining about that. People loved it, but people were complaining too because people want to see different teams.
Mhm.
People are gonna complain. They're gonna complain all the time. People are never gonna be satisfied. You just need to enjoy the sport, enjoy that you're watching greatness at the moment. Right now, yes, the last 8 years has been different teams, but who knows? Maybe in the next 5 years, another team might arise and win three in a row. You know what I'm saying? And then they're gonna complain about that too. I'm
For
telling
sure.
you, is they're gonna complain. Just
They
enjoy
always
the sport.
complain.
Enjoy the sport.
Right.
Enjoy it.
For real. But okay, bro, let's get to it. I'm gonna let you make the announcement. Before you make the announcement, right? Can you just take us through what the thought process was, or like where the name came from, the inspiration, and then announce the name?
Okay. So as my my bro Caesar said, we've been working on coming up with a name for the podcast. We started off the podcast without a name. Um, so a lot of you guys know I'm a Yankee fan. Caesar's a Mets fan, unfortunately. Um, and I wanted to come up with a name that represented New York, that represented us, represented what we're trying to build here. And obviously, we live in two different boroughs as well, so it made sense to come up with this name. So let me not delay the announcement much more. So the name of the podcast is For the Town Podcast.
For the town.
So this is for
Okay.
you guys. This is for the town. We're gonna be representing the town. Obviously, I'm always gonna be repping my Yankees, my Knicks, Caesar, his unfortunate Mets, and everything that we do here, everything that we talk about, we're always gonna put New York first.
As
Every time that we talk sports, obviously we're gonna talk about different teams, but we're definitely gonna start off with always talking about our New York teams first.
No, yeah, I love the name. I think just always representing for the town. I think the merch that's gonna coming soon, for
Yes.
the podcast. The I'm excited to create an intro for it, like, or for just to create a logo for you guys, and then even the videos that we already dropped, those will be renamed already for the town EP1, EP2, so that way you guys know how much videos we already got. And I'm already thinking about that Jay-Z song, like the Run the Town, we gonna run this. I gotta call up Jay. I gotta be like, yo, I'm gonna need to borrow the song real quick. Hopefully he in a good mood because the Knicks won. Oh, he not even a Knicks fan. I think he a Net fan.
I think one time he said that he's a New York fan. I think that's what he said.
I feel like that's what
He
most
did
people
go. He did
don't.
go to Game 3 of the finals. So,
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
but I remember one time he did say, "I'm a New York fan," because somebody asked him, "Are you a Knicks fan?"
Okay.
Remember though he had ownership in the Nets at one point.
Oh, he doesn't know more then.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Oh, okay, okay. I still thought he did. I
No.
still, because he was one of the first founding people that got
Yeah.
them here.
Yeah.
Okay, well. Anyway, I'm excited for the town, bro. For the town podcast, I'm gonna get used to it. I'm gonna see what we can do with it, promote it. And yeah, man, like we have something coming up too on Sunday next week. I don't know if you want to let folks know, or you want to keep it still
That,
top secret.
well, I'm gonna show off the hat right now. I did
Oh,
say last episode
okay.
that I was gonna show the this is an exclusive. I haven't showed it off on social media.
Exclusivo.
Nothing. Nobody knows about it, but y'all about to know it next. Yesterday, me, Caesar,
Wait,
Isaac,
wait, wait, I got you right now. Keep talking.
we
I
was
got
we was doing content. We was doing a dope video. Uh, I don't want to say too much of the concept of the video. You guys will see next Sunday when it drops. But it's a very as you guys get to know me, you guys are gonna notice I'm a man of faith. I have a huge belief in God. I know everybody has different beliefs, but you know, my belief in God is what gets me through the day, gets me through my life, and yeah, I see. This is why that's why I started Proposito Apparel, because I wanted to share my faith with everybody, and I know everybody in this life has a purpose. I know that everybody has a God given purpose, and but yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the exclusive. I'm excited. We're already 1 year into Proposito Apparel. We're already 1 year in. 1 year. Sometimes
You're in.
a year in already. Sometimes it's kind of hard to believe. This was something that I didn't even want to start. I didn't want to start it. I didn't want to do it because I had a brand before and it didn't really work out. But this This has been a blessing. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna do an anniversary hat. I have to do an anniversary hat. So here it is.
Hey, that's the exclusivo right there. I'm even wondering if maybe we will premiere the video here first, like a exclusive trailer here, like next pod episode before
Sure,
you.
we could do that. That's possible. We could definitely do that.
Yeah,
We could
definitely.
definitely do that. But this is the anniversary hat. If you guys been following me for a while, you will know that the first hat I ever did was this exact same colorway. Except that this logo was up here in the front and this one was in the back, and it didn't have this, it didn't have the cross, it didn't have all this extra details inside. So we've gotten better. We've gotten better in over the past year. So yeah, man, like I just wanted to pay homage to the first hat that we dropped, and especially to 1 year anniversary. And this is gonna drop in 2 weeks. So like the first week of July is gonna drop. So make sure you guys are following Proposito Apparel on Instagram. Make sure you guys visit the web store, propositoapparel.com. Also, we got more. There's some more stuff that I'm planning on doing soon that I was talking with Caesar about yesterday. Because I want to put more Proposito content out there. Because we don't drop clothing or hats every month. So because I want everybody to enjoy what's out at the moment. So, but there are stuff that I still want to continue to do. So just be on the lookout for that too. And but yeah, if we could do the exclusive next week for the video. I love the video. Isaac is a beast, man. Isaac is a beast, man. A beast.
Yeah, he cooked with that one. Yeah, he did. He did. It was a as the talent working. I want to shout out Proposito. They flew me in last minute. They worked with my schedule. They knew how busy I was, so they were like, we'll make time for you. So they had water for me. They had a makeup artist. Like it was top quality stuff. As an actor of my caliber. I was really happy with Proposito. Shout out to the Proposito family for taking care of me. But but nah, I'm excited for you guys to see it. I think like hands down is one of our best like projects that we've done from all the projects. Even though every time we come together, we always make classics, but this one is really really good. I really that ending sequence. I don't want to give
Yo,
up too
that
much.
ending, yo, that ending.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
I love that ending.
yeah.
Also, I want to shout out to my boy Will. He did the voiceover for the video.
Nice.
He was actually supposed to be he was supposed to take my place in the video.
Oh,
He
okay.
couldn't he couldn't come in because he had personal things he had to do. He actually is funny enough. He hit me up yesterday. He was like, "Man, when is your next shoot? When are you doing it?" I'm like, "It's today, it's today."
Yeah,
And he was like, "Oh man," I'm like, "I can't come and this and that." But you could do something for me if you can. If you could do the voiceover for me, and he did it. He actually did the voiceover, and
nice.
he did great. He did great.
No, that's dope. Maybe someday we still record the Will version, that because we talked about
Yeah,
alternate versions. Yeah,
he's definitely he's definitely gonna be in future projects because the thing about me is I don't like to show my I like to I don't know if you notice I love to work behind the scenes a lot.
yeah,
So I like to kind of put the vision in place. I don't really like to show my face a lot. You know what I mean? I sometimes I feel like I'm Christopher Nolan. You know what I'm saying? I don't show my face, but I'm cooking. So, that's what I like to do. But, definitely the video is awesome. It has a great meaning. And I know everybody's gonna love it. The hat, can't even speak about the hat. The hat is awesome. And yeah, man, like I'm excited.
no, I'm excited too, bro. If anyone, well, I'm gonna clip this, so you guys are gonna see this. But just when the video comes out, it'll be on everyone's platform. Make sure you repost it, comment, say something nice, happy anniversary. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
Support is free. And we work really hard on this one, you guys. Like, we trust me when I say this. We don't waste our time. Like, and it's also not because, oh, we want all this fame. Like, it's because we're trying to deliver a message. Like, and that message is, let's find our purpose together. Let's find this. Propósito means purpose for those that don't speak Espanol. That's what that means. So, we want folks to understand that this is not just a brand we're doing. This is a movement. This is a feeling, this feeling of, and you'll see it in the video. You'll see this feeling of like, we're all going through it, but we're all coming together, and
Yes.
and we got each other, and let's make it happen.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And on that note, I think we can close off this episode. Congratulations, bro, on everything, just on the Knicks. Yeah, I don't want to say congratulations, but I will. I'm happy for
Be
you.
like Wemby. Don't be like Wemby.
For her, just walk out the set.
You're gonna be number 3 on the list.
But nah, bro. Yeah, on all your success too. Like on the anniversary, like I'll obviously send you a message the day of. But just overall, super proud of the work you're doing, bro, and just keep it up.
Yeah, appreciate you for always saying yes. And your brother too, Isaac. He's awesome. Uh, I hope many doors open for him too.
For sure.
Also, I know that doing all these projects and other, I know that people are gonna see it and they're gonna be like, I want to work with him, and I hope I hope it gets to the point that we have to start booking with Isaac.
Oh no, he's no. It's gonna get to a point where we're gonna be like, like the bad boys back in the day. He's gonna be exclusively to us. We're gonna have him sign that 360 deal. Isaac, yeah. He exclusive. I'm Suge Knight.
Oh, wow, wow. He's
But
gonna this
Isaac's
man's
Tupac
gonna
right now.
bully. He's gonna
Isaac's
bully
Tupac
his
right
own brother.
now.
He's gonna bully his own brother.
But nah, bro. Not for. I'm proud of Isaac as well. For those that don't know, Isaac is an amazing like editor, photographer, youngest in the game. You know what I'm saying? Is only 20 years old, super young. So if you guys want to know Isaac, I'll in the description you'll see Isaac's like work and stuff. Go ahead on over and support him. Yeah, he has a GoFundMe page. Now let me stop. But nah, we appreciate you guys for stopping by for real. Have a great Sunday and happy Father's Day again,
Yes.
everybody.
Father's Day, everybody.
And we'll see you guys same time, same place.
Yes.
All right, see you, bro.
All right, y'all. Take care, y'all.
Take care.
All right.
Uh,